So my small marketing blueprint is going to get you out of the gates, up and running, and competing with some of the larger firms. At the very beginning, I mentioned the David versus Goliath scenario. Sure, in every major city, outlining areas, there are Goliaths out there that just dominate print, the Google landscape. But there is room out there for you to compete with these larger firms. And these things that I address here in the blog post and this video are going to get you up and running, and you're going to definitely see some actionable results. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is optimize your location of your law firm. That's going to be done with your Google My Business profile. So if you don't know what that is, just Google it. Claim that Google My Business listing, and once you have that all set up and running, you're going to want to try and get as many Google reviews as possible. That's going to help. It's definitely going to help. The more that you can get, the better. I mean, there's no question about that. It's not going to be just because you have 90 reviews isn't going to put you at the top of the page, but it's definitely good practice. You can do some type of email outreach for Google reviews. You should have a script created. Everybody that you do business with, just send it to them. Ask them to give you a Google review. Shouldn't be that hard. I mean, what's one out of every five gives you a Google review? Next thing, you're still going to want to continue to optimize that location outside of the Google My Business listing. It's called a local citation. And what this will do is it's going to optimize you in all the different maps. There's other maps besides Apple Maps and Google Maps. And there's other directories besides the big ones out there. There's directories for Bing, there's directories for Google, there's directories for Yelp. There's a bunch of different ones out there. So this is going to get you optimized when somebody does a search for near me. Don't try and reinvent the wheel and try and optimize your website for near me. If you handle the citation part of your optimization correctly, that's where you're going to come up for near me. I'll list one for you here in the notes, or you can just reach out to me and I can give you a reputable citation company. Okay, so the next thing is going to be creating content in the form of blog content. You can name it whatever you want. If you're sick of the term blog, you can name it news, but you do want to create this content for Google search. And the way that you're going to be able to do that is answering legal questions. I use the example of family law. If you're in family law, I know that every state and county may have different laws based on the location. So you're going to want to create content, answer questions. If you're a family law attorney, you already know all the big questions to answer. Some that are location, whether they're county or state based. I always use the child support. How much is it? How do you calculate child support? So this is called a search query in Google, and you're going to create content that is called a search query response post. Excuse me. So you're going to write content and answer that question throughout your blog post. Stick to the script. I always tell people, don't veer too far off the topic of the question. Just stay within the guidelines, answer that question, and you will be rewarded. There are some SEO things that are going to come into play, and if you're in a big city, you're definitely either going to outsource that SEO or find an SEO tool. I use a tool. I'm going to put it in the show notes. I've been using it for over a year. It's the best tool on the market. It's called Page Optimizer Pro. I have a promo code in the show notes. Use it. It's a great tool. It uses AI to make the process easier for you. And that's another thing. Listen, AI generated content, Google isn't going to penalize you if you're using AI generated content. The main thing is the only way that they're going to penalize you is if it's incorrect information and it's plagiarized. So, of course, make sure it's accurate information. and use a plagiarism checker. Believe it or not, AI generated content can be, in a sense, plagiarized. So, if you need any help with the SEO, as I mentioned, I can help you with that, or use a tool that I mentioned there in the show notes. The other thing is YouTube videos. So, if you don't have a YouTube page created yet, create one. You don't When you first start off, you just want to start off with some basic videos like the one that I've created here. Doesn't need to be fancy. It could be just about your blog. Answer that question in your video, in the blog. Tell your readers what they're going to find in the post. Something really important: answer the question. We talked about the search query response post and answering a question in your content. Answer the question right away. Don't wait till the end or make people search for the answer to that question. You will get rewarded if you if somebody goes to your website looking for the answer to the question, you answer, they find it right away and they're out. That's a good thing. The bad thing is if they quote bounce and go to look to another website, that's where you're going to get penalized. And that's really the biggest misconception out there, is that people think that they need to bury the answer way at the bottom of their content. So these are some good basics. They're going to get you off and running. The more content that you can generate, the better. I can't give you a general rule of thumb. You should do more than one per month. I could say that. Create a content calendar, build it out for your first month, then do a 3 month, a 6 month content calendar. Keep everything within a general topic. Again, family law. If you want to do stuff about child support, build out a lot of content on child support. That's going to give you something called topical authority. So in 6 months, when you go back, you look at your Google Analytics, you're definitely going to see an uh, increased traffic in your website. The website traffic, you're going to see a massive difference. If you've done nothing, you don't have any blog content. My name is Steve Babulis with the Branding Agency. If you have any questions, you can reach me direct, 704-800-7413, or any comments in the video notes, in the video section, or the blog questions. I'll answer them for you. Thanks again, and I hope to see you soon.